and we'll do some big waves out there. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Rick, you're not waving. Okay, there we go. I can go now that Rick was waving. If you think you're not going to get called out, hi, Cindy. You just might. So good morning, everybody. We are going to talk today about the word win. And I guess we're going to do this a little bit backwards. So I'm going to jump in front of Coach and he'll figure it out. Or maybe you'll just be so blessed and just get me. But win, what does it mean? Be successful or victorious in a contest or conflict, and then acquire or secure as a result of a contest, conflict, bet, or other endeavor. And the quote that I love, well, I'm going to butcher it. Mark Wilson, somebody put it in the chat. Does anybody know Mark Wilson's quote about winning? He's like, I don't want to win, or I don't want to be right. I just want to win, something along those lines. And I love that. I want us all to win. And another thing that I found was winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means that you're doing better than you've ever done before. And that's Bonnie Blair. And I think sometimes we can think that in order for Andrea to win, Leanne has to lose. And I don't want to live my life that way, right? I don't want you to lose. I want you to win with me. So the only person that Andrea competes with is the one in the mirror. Try to get a little bit better right there. But how can we win more often is what I'm going to talk about. Yes, I would rather win than be right. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. So how can we win? First of all, we have to know what our goal is. Like, what are we trying to win at? So we've got to set those specific goals, because if we don't know where we're going, how are we going to get there? Right? So if I'm trying to be a better mom, what does that mean to me? Right? What would those wins be? And I've got to write those down. I've got to set those goals. Number two, I've got to take responsibility for my actions. If I'm running around, right? I'm running around and I'm blaming other people and I'm blaming circumstances and I'm blaming everything and everyone else for the things that aren't going my way. I'm never going to learn from what's going on in my life and be able to win at the end. And number three, I've got to be, well, I cannot be afraid to fail. We've got to be able to, fail forward, know that we're going to try some things and they're not going to go super great, but we're going to keep trying and we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying so we can win on the other side. Number four, I've got to learn something new every single day and be excited about it. I think that's one of my favorite things about the Coach's Corner is that every single day I've got to look up these words. I've got to learn a little bit more. Like, you think, they're all part of our normal vernacular, right? But then you start digging into these words and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much on this earth that I don't know, even the words coming out of my mouth. So be willing, in order to win, we've got to be willing to learn a little bit more every single day and be enthusiastic about it. Number five, I've got to work on this one. We've got to be willing to take risks. So we got to be a little bit brave. We got to do those hard things, bring that activity into our life. And then lastly, we have to stay focused and committed. It's so easy in this amazing world that we are blessed to live on, with all of the beautiful distractions that come with it. It's so easy to get knocked off course. But if we want to win, we've got to stay focused and we've got to be committed. So Coach, hopefully you're good to go.
Hopefully I'm good to go. Can you hear me?
You sound great. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, I'm just going to go real quick. To me, winning is, I've been on both sides of the equation. And it's ironic that, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Okay. It's ironic. We just got back from the event in Orlando, and I've been on both sides of the equation at an event where I went to an event and I was not winning. And I've been on the side where I went to an event and I was winning, right? And winning really gets in your head, whether you're winning or you're not. You tend to step back. You tend to find yourself in a corner when you're not winning. You tend to, feel like you're less than when you're not winning. But at the end of the day, Everybody has felt that. Everybody has felt that. And so to me, I've got to find ways, and I say this a lot, to string wins together. You know, I got to find ways to, whether it's in my health journey, whether it's in my business, whether it's relationships, I got to find ways, you know, maybe stringing a win for Bill is just opening the door for Susan, right? Just a little win towards the relationship. Or maybe in business, the win is just like Dr. Bob said, hey, I made 2 contacts yesterday. So guess what? Let's string it together. Let's string it together today. Make 2 more, right? And let that be a win. Let that be a celebration. Let that be a yes, you know, because stringing wins together, even in our health, you know, it's the little cutbacks here and there that compounded over time makes the biggest difference. And so, you know, I come across this quote, winning is fun, sure, but winning is not the point. Wanting to win is the point. Not giving up is the point. Never letting up is the point. Never being satisfied with what you've done is the point. Pat Summitt said that years ago. And it's so true that when I'm in pursuit of winning, you know, maybe I don't have $1 million yet. Maybe I'm not at the top of my company yet. Maybe I don't have a 6-pack abs yet, but I'm stringing little wins together, and I've got the belief and the vision of where I'm going. And when I've got that and I'm working on that on a daily basis, what we find is it puts us in a good mood. We start to be more attractive. We start to attract really good things. Have you ever got up in the morning and been in a sorry mood, just ill? Maybe you're sick, maybe you feel bad, and then it's almost like everybody just pelted you with rocks. Boom, boom, but you're attracting all that. But it's on the flip side, when you're feeling the winds, guess what? You start to attract that universe. And I believe, and we say this a lot, last thing I'll say is, I believe you got to have a support system. That's one reason that this Coach's Corner has continued to exist. You know, when you're traveling and you're going and you're doing sometimes Monday through Friday at the same time, it gets crazy. But what is better than crazy is having a support system that, you know, over time is going to help you stay focused, help you stay together, help you get your day on track. And then ultimately, it's just one of those little things to start your day off with that sets you up on the winning side. So hope that makes sense, guys. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I was a little hesitant on my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. So have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Love you guys. Grateful for you.
Thank you, Coach. Great
God
message
bless
this
you.
morning. Love
Thank
you,
you.
winners.
Great.
Thank you so very much.
Love you all.
See you tomorrow.
Love you. Go win.
Love you.